this while I'm doing the 10-minute presentation.
Sure.
I would like it for the next assignment and all that stuff. Okay.
Do you want the alarm to go off at 9 minutes?
10 will be fine. I got a timer up here, so I can.
Okay.
Yeah. I can sort it.
Well organised.
Okay.
I know you've been preparing for this your whole life. So,
Okay.
no pressure.
3, 2, 1. Hey everyone. So today I'm going to talk to you about Ashlish, a sleeping aid device for the medical industry. Now, I just wanted to ask, have you had a hard night's sleep? I certainly have. So yeah, if you have, that's just human. And it seems like everyone has that. But for the medical industry, in particular shift workers, let's just think about them for a minute. Think about they have to wake up, let's say at 7 p.m. and then wake up, go to bed at 7 a.m. So it's a 12-hour shift. They do that 2 times a week, and I've noticed that circadian rhythm doesn't really allow for that. So it's very hard for them to actually fall asleep. So I've made a sleeping aid device for the medical industry. This is a sleeping aid device for the medical, and this uses big frequency vibration to guide the user to fall asleep. It's using sustainable materials, and this is the 1-to-1 scale model of my design. I've got a strap there so people can easily carry it, and it's easily accessible, and also you can use it for multiple use cases as well. Now, I wanted to go back into why this sleeping aid device is very interesting and how I got to the sleeping aid device. So the gap. I feel like there's other sleeping aid devices, but I feel like a sleep app machine is too invasive. My dad even uses a sleep app machine, and he feels it's too on his face. There's a cord and everything, and it's very hard for the user to actually fall asleep with that device. And then melatonin or ingestive substances is also very addictive for the user. The body gets used to it, and it just causes a nightmare to get out of that state. So response, I wanted to say, how can I aid shift workers in the healthcare industry, bettering their sleep cycle and restore control with their sleep? So I really wanted to try and figure out how to do this. But what is big frequency vibration? Is this just a hoax? Like what is this new innovation technology? And I really want to share with you. I found multiple research papers, but these are the main 2 research papers. One is actually testing out a bed of people that use big frequency vibration inside them, and they tested this out, and their findings were it actually onset sleep quicker and more efficient for the user. The next one is when they did a study on driving, and it was just a normal simulation driving test. They used beat frequency inside the seat, and this was the exciting bit because 9 times out of 10, the person inside the seat actually felt more drowsy when they were driving. So it's very interesting to see how this kind of works out. And even another one is people in their mother's wombs, how that frequency of beats can impact someone. So this is my design discovery stage, where I came from this whole system where it kind of like covers the whole thing, but I felt like that would be too expensive for the user. And I'm designing for shift workers. So I'm really looking into something that's affordable, cheap, but also reliable. So that's why I changed my design to this new one. Now, maximizing innovation, I had rules to set at the very start. I don't want to have any apps because I want a tactile things so the user can actually have that good experience with the product. No modular devices, has modular devices, sorry, and using sustainable materials. Then I really wanted to be able to repair the system. So every module you can take apart and you can put it back together, and they can repair it themselves, or they can buy something to repair it with. And using a circular economy and all that process. So this is my process stage of how I get to this. So these are the little modules And these click off and click on, so they come apart and they come back together, using a lot of different design studies of laser cutting and also 3D printing to try and create this this body of work. So that's my shed in my own home. So this is the interesting bit: manufacturability for sustainability. So I wanted to use HDPE, recycled HDPE plastic for extruded molding, because recycled HDPE, yes, it reduces the strength of the actual material, but because these are small and modular, they don't need enough strength. They're not a strong component. The actual strong component is the material itself, which I'll get into. So this is normal canvas, and this is what canvas does. It just rips, right? This is ripstop material. This is ripstop canvas that does not rip. It's super hard. I can show you after, because it's a very interesting technology that I really wanted to try and maximize the innovation for this product. Now, the introduction. Me and Sasha had a lot of supervisor consultations of like, okay, where are we going? What are we heading to? I was thinking of going to Mauricio's topic on, what was it, just modular, like moving around for mobility, yes. And that was amazing, but I really wanted to focus into this topic, because this is actually my next segue is decision making and problem solving skills. So right from the beginning of industrial design, my mom and dad don't have good sleep. So I really wanted to design for them and design for a better sleep. Even I don't have it, but I've seen that what happens to them, and it's very hard for them. So I wanted to read this book called Why We Sleep. It's a good basis on how to sleep and how to create better lasting sleep for yourself. Now, feedback from external partners. I was a little bit nitty gritty with this, so sorry Sasha about that, but I was figuring out how every single mark, what did I lose, what do I need to improve on for the marking criteria, and I need to work on some more communication skills and also the looking of the project of like where bits and pieces are. Now, this is the proud moment that I really wanted to share with you guys. So I feel that I believe that I was the first person to actually interview a person in the industry. So this paper is actually going through with her in the healthcare industry, and sitting down with her, trying to look at ways to do my ethics application in a moral and ethical way before I actually submit it. So that was very interesting to see. And then her husband is actually a firefighter. So I spent 2 hours with them just trying to get how they sleep, but how they work in a hectic world of just like kids and family and all sorts of stuff. So I really wanted to see what their experience was with that. So this is my research methods on my past projects and how I transfer that into this project. So this was very fascinating because all my skills and all this technology that you guys have provided me, I've put into this. So Karen, you've helped me with figuring out how to make a washable device over the top of this beat frequency mat. So this is going to be hand washable. Yes, the material is not meant for this, but this is just a test. This is using this kind of ripstop material, but it's very coarse, but it's more feeling the actual product. Then James is the modular kind of componentry. He showed me this very interesting way of putting things together. And Sasha, you helped me with making the mat actually user-friendly, where you can carry it, you can its mobility, it's used for mobility and everything, and ergonomics in that sense of multiple use cases. So I wanted to look at sustainability for the environment, also a circular economy for this user base, and make it a tax deduction for the shift workers. So it's easier for them, but also a circular economy is the main topic of the sustainability approach. Now, my reflections, I want this to be more safe. So when they're going to and from work, I want them to feel like they're not gonna sleep on the wheel. that will be very harsh for them and very hard. So I really wanted to, that was my challenge in facing that. I really wanted to redesign for that. And then my redesign might be a sleeping aid device, like a smaller modular pillow. So it's a different type of beat frequency vibration, but it only uses the pillow aspect instead of the whole mat. And this might be cheaper, more affordable, and more reliable for them if they can take it places. These are my 3 different designs. So that's it.
So your concluding comments, is that 10 minutes by you?
That was 10 minutes. All I have to say is like these are my 3 different designs. So the last one is sleep apnea for snoring. So it's like a device for people vibrating on the muscles, so their snoring doesn't impact them when they sleep. So if you want to come up, I'll show you little bits and pieces about this, but I can let you test.
So these projects are looking at shift workers and sleeping patterns. We just have a few minutes for any questions that come up. I've always got one, but is there anything you might have seen from the presentation where you'd like some clarification?
Nelson, I might just keep the ball. Nelson, I enjoyed your presentation. You come across quite confident and you're addressing lots of different aspects of design process, which is great to see. I think it would have been great just from the start to say, okay, shift workers, you know, you said, shift workers have this pattern of work, you know, and they need to get into the pattern. But you didn't actually talk about what is the problem with doing shift work. Like, why is sleep difficult? Because I know people that do shift work and they don't have a problem. So what, like you identifying that problem and bringing it out and saying the repercussions of not having a good sleep are X, Y, Z, then that would have been a great introduction, because then you're showing that you're trying to address the problems of X, Y, Z, rather than just saying shift workers, you know, because some shift workers love shift work, you know, they don't have a problem with it. So being a little clearer about what specifically is the problem with doing shift work, you know, what are the ramifications of late or late nights and early getting into bed and so on. And just another minor issue, and I think it was great to see your 3 concepts, because you were looking at other objects apart from this large mat, which I was a bit concerned about because of the breathability of the material. A lot of women who do night work, in particular when they're going through stages of menopause, suffer from what are called night sweats. And it's an actual thing you probably look up. So having such a large mat that is not breathable would cause your target market not to use your product. So you would absolutely, you know, take half of your market away, because they'd go, there's no way I'm going to sleep on that because I'll just boil to death. You know, it would be really difficult. So I was quite impressed that you thought, well, let's use this in different formats. You know, the pillows, and you've got smaller mats, which I think might be more helpful. But I think it's a really innovative idea. I like the idea of, you know, this gentle vibration to help people lull into a sense of sleep. So yeah, well done. And also, I'm not sure why you've chosen an extruded HDPE, because if you're going to put circuitry in there, these need to be injection molded.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So just be careful with your manufacturing. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got a couple more minutes. Any observations, Maurizio, or I could go to something?
Thank you. My apologies. I also was late attending. I think you've got very interesting ideas. I support what Karen was saying. A word from experience. I would prefer if you concentrate in one of those three: body math, pillow, or sleep apnea, rather than trying to cover too much. Because of if you concentrate in one of them, you will have the chance to go deeper, and your product will be more complete. When I came in, you were talking about shift workers, and you have a family that doesn't sleep well, and also sleep apnea. Basically, those are three segments in the market. I'm thinking in time efficiency, and a project try to concentrate on one over the others. There is the other thing, which is the vibration, especially when you have a body mat. Am I right to assume that the body mat and the others will vibrate?
Yes, yeah, they're all using beat frequency vibration. Yeah.
Okay, so
All using
some
the same
people actually don't sleep well when there's vibration. And actually a big percentage of people, they want to be quiet in the dark and basically not be disturbed in anything, because of they've got they are very much light sleepers. So if you actually check with it a little bit, they will not go to sleep after that, so be careful of that.
So, thank you, Martin. So we have to move to the next round. The only thing I wanted to mention was to accent what is before and what you're offering in comparison to what they currently do. The other thing is about the volatile organic compounds, anything that can lead to a more restful sleeping area, to try to avoid the more industrial materials. Think about the natural environment of sleep. So you may be offering some insights into what a good sleeping environment would be on several levels, and this is one important contributing factor.
Because ripstop nylon is not breathable, Nelson.
Yep.
So you're just actually putting someone on a plastic pad. So just.
This is a world first. The academics move.
Thank you, Nelson.
We're at the nomads.
So we're running 21 to